guys up. Oh, we need something more stable. Stability reached. Literally, it's pretty much what this live is going to be about. All right, let's bring you forward and tilt you a little bit. Beautiful, beautiful. Welcome. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the live. Duphi Dubs, DPHI_Dubs. It's the channel name. Was thinking about changing the name, but nah, that's me. That's me. Duphi Dubs. It's been me for a few years, many years, and it will continue being me. Episode 4 of these lives. These lives have gone very well so far. I enjoy live streams, I do. I enjoy telling stories, I enjoy connecting to the people. And I've got a bit of a special one today. 10,000 hours. Might as well start at the beginning. Let's go all the way back to February 2019. 4 years and what's that? 10 months? 4 years and 10 months. What's that? 58 months. Is that right? 58 months. I've been on this journey. February 2019. I had loads of things going on, as we all do. And I just wanted to set myself on the right path. And at the time, I was into fitness, music, dance, among other things, anything in life, but fitness, music, dance, that was my main things at the time. And it had recently been announced at the time that the Olympics 2024, Paris 2024, will be hosting breakdancing in the Olympics, which I'm really looking forward to. Present day, I'm still absolutely looking forward to it. And I told myself that within those 5 years at that point, I would attain 10,000 hours of self-improvement, of alignment, of becoming a version of myself that is aligned with where I want to be, where I want to go, who I want to be. And I promised myself I would get there and get to the Olympics 2024, whether it be in competition or I would be there in person. To this day, that's still a plan. August 2024, I will be in Paris. Whether it's just for the weekend, for a week, whatever, a couple of days, whether I drive over there, fly over there, get the ferry over there, I'll be there. I will stick to that. So February 2019, I was 20 years old. Wow, was I really? 2019, February, I was 20 years old. I'm present day, I'm 25. So this was something I started when I was 20 years old. A few years out of school. Been at bars, clubs, parties. Been through ups and downs, some great memories, some not so great memories. And I was in a place where I needed to get out of. I needed to get out of this place mentally. So I set upon this path of attaining 10,000 hours of self-improvement. I would measure and record every day the amount of hours I've put in to align myself to this goal, whether that be eating right, going networking, whether it was improving my writing capabilities, whether it was, education, like reading certain topics, whether it was and any of those things, mentally, physically, spiritually, whether it was doing yoga, whether I was going out meeting specific people, whether I was training people, personal training, whether I was being trained by someone, whether I was in a meeting, any of these little things I would count. Like going to work. But work, say I went to work for 8 hours, I wouldn't count those 8 hours. I would count that as one, potentially two. The day, the act of being there would be one, and I would only count it as two if it was a hard physical day, or I learned something or progressed a skill in which I wanted to progress. So work, that was one or two. Eating good for the day, that'd be one. Gym, that'd be one. Reading, that'd be one. Music, that'd be one. All these little things add up, add up, add up, add up. And currently, at this present moment right now, well, let me show you this. This is my current record book. This is where I record like gym, where I record like different things I do throughout the day, progressive things. And I don't know if you can see here. I don't know if it's backwards for me. I don't know if it's backwards for you. That's 9,992. And that was what I started with today. Up until this point now, I've done 7 hours of self-improvement. I've been to the gym. I've been on a walk. I've done business work. I've done writing. All these little bits. I've ate good. 7 hours today. So at this moment, present day dubs, right now, I'm on 9,999 hours. I'm 1 hour away from hitting my 10,000 hour goal, which is why I'm here. I'm here to share the stories. I'm here to share the tools, the knowledge. 7-8, tools and knowledge. And this right here, this live, this episode 4, will be the final hour of my 10,000 hour journey. It's a strange, humbling, fulfilling, mind-boggling feeling to be at this space right now. To think I started this when I was 20 and I'm now 25. 4 years and 10 months I've been on this journey. Accumulated 10,000 hours of alignment. Literally in alignment with the motto, the slogan for 7-8. 7-8, the tools and knowledge. Our mission, my mission, is to attain the tools and knowledge in the pursuit of alignment. Attaining the tools and knowledge in the pursuit of alignment. These last 4 or 5 years have been amazing. Amazing. When I look back at the things that I've done, the people I've met, the places I've been, it's mind-boggling. So let's go back. That's sort of a synopsis of the 10,000 hours, what this episode is going to be about. Thank you for joining me. Yeah, here we go. 2019. 2019. This was 2 years into my fitness journey. I got my first set of weights when I was 18, just a Z-bar, an easy curl bar with two 5 kilo plates. The bar was 7 kilos and I had two 5 kilo plates, 17 kilos in weight. And pretty much all I did for a year was just bicep curls. That's pretty much all I did. That was at 18. 19. This is 2018. No, 2017. Oh wow, yeah, 2017. 2019. Yeah, no, I was 20. 2017 was a strange year, difficult year. I'll go over that in another live. 2018, had a lot of experiences. This is when I started my current Instagram, Defy Network, DPHI_network, same name as the channel, Defy. You can find a lot of things when you scroll back on that channel. Went to Germany, Berlin, a couple times. Was expanding my music capabilities and trying to learn as much as I could. 2019. 2019 comes, and at this point, the previous year hadn't brought me the results I was looking for. It actually showed me how difficult things are. And I was very, how do I put this? I guess the best word to use was naive. Very naive at how hard things actually are, or how tough I had to be to overcome the obstacles that I've put before me and that reality has put before me. So 2019 comes and I have this realization. I realized that I'm in a good space. I'm past a lot of the real difficulties, but self-aware that the actual life difficulties haven't even started yet. So I wanted to give myself the tools and the knowledge necessary to keep me going, to expand, to live, to grow, to adapt, to learn. 2019 is when I started this journey. It was a good year, a difficult year. Injured my knee for the second time, my right knee. Had to learn how to walk again for the technically third time. Struggles, battles, issues, lessons. Ended 2019 well, very well. Doing personal training, doing lots of gym, living life. 2020 comes. The start of 2020 was excellent. The whole of 2020 was excellent, really. Obviously, as many others know, there were some difficulties in 2020. I'm not here to talk about that. It was still a very, very good year. But still, I was wavering, I was wandering, I was just on this journey. On this journey, not quite sure where the needle of the compass was taking me. I felt the pull, I felt the attraction, felt the drive, but I didn't know where I was going. And I always told myself, by the time I'm 23, and this was at 16, 17, 18, I told myself, when you're 23, recognize where you are, because that will be where you're supposed to be. So end of 2020 comes. I'm 22 at this point. Very aware of the coming year. Still not sure what's happening. At this point, I've still been going gym, doing my personal training, doing as much as I can. And one day I was watching a Juji Mufu video. Some of you might recognize him. And he did a collaboration video with a person called Devon Larratt, which many of you on this channel will recognize. And it just fascinated me how this guy called Juji Mufu would be lifting good, like big numbers in the gym. And this guy Devon was nowhere near. But when it come to arm wrestling, Devon Larratt's an arm wrestler for the people that don't know. When it come to the arm wrestling, Devon severely surpassed Juji. He was half as strong as this bodybuilder, strongman athlete. But on the table, it was completely different. Completely different. Which just interested me. Got me curious. Made me wonder what's going on here. As I said, I've always been interested in fitness, in health, in the body, in movement. I used to do karate, I've done boxing, done jiu-jitsu, done dancing, music. But this really just intrigued me to a point that I wanted to know, who is this Devon? Who is this Devon Larratt? What is this arm wrestling? Did some research, found out he had an app called ArmBet, which, for people that don't know, best way to describe it, it's basically like a dating app for arm wrestlers. Like that's the best way I can describe it. Like you put your profile in, you put your details, and you find local arm wrestlers that you can go train with. Did that, found a few guys on there, started training. Now this really woke me up. So this was the end of 2020. What's that? A year and a half into this journey. It's probably about 900, 1,000. No, probably more than that. Probably more than that. About 2,000 hours into this journey. And that really, really just put me on a new path. Showed me where the needle of the compass was pointing. 2021 came. The year I turned 23. I'm where I'm supposed to be. I feel good. Meeting new people, training with all these people, meeting these amazing athletes that are just everyday people. Just everyday people. You could have just any normal conversation with them. And that excited me, because some of the stigma of pro athletes, celebrities, high up people, the stigma is they have a different mindset, or there's something different about them that makes them that higher level. And meeting people that are best in the country was a really humbling experience. It was great to converse with these kind of people. It just showed me that anyone can do it. You just have to commit. And me being on this path around about 2,500 hours at this point, yeah, it was just exciting. It's just exciting. So that's when the arm wrestling really kicked off. Lots of hours, lots and lots and lots and lots of hours have been put into arm wrestling. A lot of these hours are arm wrestling hours at this point. At this point, 2021 was awesome. Did my first nationals. 2022, was it 22? 2022, or the end of 2021 was when the first Circle of Arms event happened. The first arm wrestling event. 2022 was the real kickoff, and then this last year has just leveled again. So it's kept me on that path of the 10,000 hours. What have I learned in this time? I don't have enough time to tell you everything, but consistency. Consistency is key. Turning up every day, whether it's the smallest thing, whether it's just thinking about your goal, putting 5-10 minutes of action into your goal. Consistency, daily, day in, day out, day in, day out. No matter how small. Literally, it could be a thought. Just a thought. Just a visualization of that next step or the last step. Whatever helps in that moment. Consistency is key. Turning up. Having a vision. Having a vision is very important. But it's a balance. It's a balance between having that vision of where you want to be, where you need to be, and also the vision of what's in front of you right now. A good exercise I used to do, which I still do sometimes, was visualizing myself in 5 years, 10 years, a couple years, a month, it may be. Visualizing your future self in that place, in that mindset of the person that will be in that place, in that environment, doing that thing, resonating to that character, to that person that you can see, and recognizing what are the things that make that person different, what makes that person keep going, and bring as much as you can back to present day. So visualize yourself in 10 years. See that person. What's around you? Who are you with? What are you doing? What do you have? What are you building? What are you eating? All these things. And as much as you can, bring it back to here, right now, present. If you can't do everything, I'm not surprised, because you would have already been there. But bring as much as you can from that visualization to present self. Whether it's the right foods, the commitment to exercise, the sleep, being around certain people, building certain things, putting your energy towards certain things. It will happen. The tricky thing is with us, with humans, with this brain carrying organism, is that we naturally become better and more efficient at anything and everything we do, whether that's good, bad, whatever it is. What you're doing on a day-to-day basis, your brain, your life is constantly finding the best way to carry out these actions, to be more efficient at what you're doing. subconsciously. You have to be aware of it in the conscious, but the subconscious does so much work. So much work. So whatever you're doing today, whatever you did yesterday, whatever you did last week, that's what you're working towards. That's what you're subconsciously getting better at every time you do it. Every time you pour a cup of tea, every time you make food, every time you work out, every time you read, write, every time you talk to someone, every time you watch a YouTube video, every time you play a game, every time you go out drinking, taking drugs, good, bad, whatever it is, whatever you're doing, we subconsciously get better at it every time we do it. Because that's what the brain does. That's what the brain wants to do. It finds the most efficient way of achieving what you're presenting it. That's where the conscious subconscious comes into play. We have to be comfortable with the fact that sometimes we are on like an autopilot, but be aware of the fact that consciously we feed the subconscious. We can put in there what we want, what we need. We can learn and unlearn. Sometimes people aren't conscious for a long time. And in that lifespan, whether it's 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 50 years, 80 years, we've built up mechanisms, we've built up patterns, we've built up methods of doing things. And we subconsciously have found the best way of doing it. Whether it's the easiest way for us, harder way, we have found the most efficient way to do those things. So it's only when you become conscious of these acts that you can start to actually implement the things that you want. So over these past 4 or 5 years, I've tried to learn, unlearn, adapt as much as possible. And one of the biggest things I've really learned that helps is to keep it simple. Keep it simple. Don't overcomplicate things. Don't try and do too many things at the same time. There's loads of stuff in this world that I want to do. Loads of things I want to learn, do, create, travel. Loads of things. But if I tried to do all of them at the same time, I would get nothing done. Or I'd get such a small fragment of achievement that it wouldn't even become noticeable. And my conscious, my subconscious, I wouldn't be happy with it. I wouldn't be happy with the results. So one of the biggest things I've learned on this journey is to simplify where you put your energy. It could be your work, it could be your family, it could be a certain goal, a certain skill you want to learn, a language. I want to learn 4 or 5 languages. I've started learning 2 again this year because I tried to learn all of them at once and it just didn't work. So simplify your actions, simplify your intent. And keep going, become so consistent that nothing can stop you. It's just like breathing. Breathe. As easy as that. That's how life is meant to be. Simple as a breath. Sometimes it's but we still breathe out. That moment doesn't last that long. Be aware of the fact that they're there. The moments of or They're all there. Obstacles, problems, things you might have to change, things you might have to adapt. But simplify your goal. Know if that resonates, know if that aligns with what you're looking for. And also be open to the fact that what you think you might be looking for isn't actually what you should be looking for. I look back at some of the old posts and old stories that I made in 2019, 2020. And yes, I can see my present self in that person, but there's a lot of attributes in that person that isn't here anymore. So some of the things that I was going towards didn't actually resonate in the long run. And we have to be okay with that. We have to be okay with the fact that sometimes we put time towards things that we think are beneficial, but sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's not. So breathe. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. So much I've learned on this journey. I'm excited to continue. I'm excited to continue. I've thought about what I'm going to do when this 10,000 hours is up, whether I'm going to start again, whether I'm going to continue, whether I'm just going to stop counting. I don't think I can stop counting at this point. It's become part of my routine, part of my habits. It's an act of self-accountability, self-reflecting. So I think I will continue. So will I start again? Road to another 10,000? Or will I continue? Life continues. I will probably start from 1 again. So I will start again, but I'll always be aware of the fact that that zero that is about to happen in, what's that, 27 minutes and 10 seconds. That zero that's about to happen is is 10,000. It's 10,000 hours. This took me 4 years and 10 months. The next 10,000 will not take that long. 10,000 over 58 months averages out to, what's that? If it was 50 months, 10,000 hours over 50 months, that would be what? 200 hours a month. Someone correct me if my maths is wrong there. 200 hours a month, which is what? 6 hours a day, roughly. I did 7 today already, and it's 3 to 4 p.m. I'm doing this now, that'll be 8. And I'm about to go arm wrestling training after this, which will be 9, 10. The reason I count it as 2 is because 1, it's training. It's a act of physical improvement, but it's also an opportunity for me to teach. In this time, I've created my own club. I have my own arm wrestling club, Circle of Arms. Started at humble beginnings back in 2020, just me and Owen. Shout out to Owen. And then he brought in his brother Dean. We had Barry there back in the day as well. Mark and Ben. Those were the original COA members. And now we have Nick, Sid, Tommy, Tech, Tomek, John, and a few others that come through as well. They're the main lot. They're the main lot. Dean's still there. Owen's come back. Mark and Ben are still there. Postman Baz comes through every now and again. And I'm grateful. I'm grateful for this opportunity to teach, to learn, to grow with like-minded individuals. I'm so grateful for this. So much has happened in these 4 years. I have 2 more cats. I found my beautiful girl, Koa, on the streets a year ago. Just a little baby kitten. Now, she has a kitten of her own. 3 to 4 month old Sebastian. I've been multiple places around the planet. Armsling took me to most of them. Wales, Switzerland, Vietnam. Next year I'm going to Kenya, South America, Peru, France, of course. I've got to be there at the Olympics. I have to carry out and finish that original intention. That was the original visualization. I was there, Paris Olympics 2024. I will still be there. Integrity is important. That's another big thing I've learned over these 4 years. Integrity. Even small acts of integrity add up, and they help in the bigger acts of integrity. A lot of people, the New Year's resolutions. New Year's resolution, I'm going to go to gym. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And a lot of people fail to commit to it. And that's going against your own word. Not even someone else telling you to do something and not doing it. That's something different. But for you to say to yourself you're going to do something and then you don't do it, that's disrespect to yourself. And that's just telling yourself that you do not have to listen to yourself, that your own words do not matter to yourself. So every chance I get, I practice small levels of self-integrity. Right now, I'm going to have a sip of this coffee. Small acts of integrity. They add up. Cumulative gains, which is exactly what these 10,000 hours are. The difference of me at 1,000 hours to 10,000 hours is completely different. Completely different. I'm so grateful that I put myself on this journey, and I recommend it to anyone listening. Absolutely anyone. Whether it's the 10,000 hours or whether it's just small acts of integrity. Listen to yourself. Your words matter, especially to yourself. Forget about other people for the moment. Forget about other people. Listen to yourself. Listen to your own words. Words are powerful. And what we do every day, we get better at, whether we're conscious of it or not. So if we say, oh, I'm going to get up early tomorrow. I'm going to wake up at 5 in the morning. And that alarm goes off, 5 in the morning. You press snooze, go back to sleep. You've just told yourself that even though you told yourself to wake up, it's okay and allowed to press that snooze button and go back to sleep. So when you set the intention the next day to wake up 5 in the morning, you wake up. The subconscious wakes up before your conscious does. You hear that alarm. Snooze. Next day, snooze. Next day, snooze. Next day, snooze. To the point that you realize that setting this alarm doesn't work for you. You turn off the alarm. You don't wake up early. You forget about the idea. You forget about the goal of waking up early and doing whatever it was you were going to do in the morning. Small acts of integrity add up. Yesterday I said I'm going to wake up in the morning. I'm going to get up at 5 a.m. Set my alarm for 4:45 and 5 a.m. Got up at 4:45, turned the alarm off, went back to sleep. 5 a.m. alarm went off. I got up. That's another thing I recommend, actually. Slight sidetrack for people struggling to wake up early. I recommend you set an alarm 15 to 20 minutes before you want to actually wake up, and also the time that you want to wake up, so that you allow yourself to have that wake up buffer to prep the consciousness to wake up itself. This is good for a lot of things. It's good for the people that wake up and are like, oh, I don't want to get up. Well, you don't have to get up on that first alarm. That first alarm is to let you know, to let your subconscious know that you're about to get up. And you can have those extra 15, 20 minutes in bed, chilled, relaxed, but primed, prepping the mind to wake up. This is also a very special time in the morning. Before we go to sleep and as we wake up, our brain waves, the frequency of the thoughts that are going through our heads are at a different resonation. It's the alpha brainwave. We've got alpha, beta, and delta brainwaves. This one in the morning, this brainwave in the morning, is so influential for the whole of your day. The whole of your day. What you do with the first 15 to 45 minutes of waking up will set you in motion of the day you're going to have. Very important time. It is also the time that you have the capabilities to be the most lucid in your dreaming. You ever find that just before you woke up, you were dreaming? If you wake up, go back to sleep, ready to wake up again, those 15, 20 minutes, most of the time you're going to be dreaming, because you're in that higher brain frequency, while in the subconscious, while the conscious is prepped to get up. So it all comes into one. So I highly recommend doing that. Set an alarm 15 to 20 minutes before you actually intend to wake up. It's another recommendation. What else have I learned on this journey? What else have I learned on this journey? Wow. Wow. Self-reflect. Small acts of integrity. Consistency. Attaining the tools and knowledge in the pursuit of alignment. It's good to be here. Truly is good to be here. It is a blessing, and I'm so grateful to be here, to have these senses, this body, these tools, and I'm just excited to utilize them and learn what can be done, learn the languages, learn the movements, learn the pattern recognition. It's very exciting. It's very, very exciting. And I'm excited to share them with the people on the way. I'm excited to discuss with the people on the way. I've met so many great people on this journey. Some of them didn't even realize how great they were. Yeah, it's an exciting time. It is. We are just leading into the solar maximum. 2024 end. It's the winter of 2024 into the summer of 2025 is the solar maximum. Solar maximums are the most energetic time of our solar system. It's the time that the sun gives off most energy. It's the time over countless years of history that all of the great, progressive, revolutionary things have happened. On the flip side, the solar minimum historically has been when the most destructive, chaotic, dampening, consciousness dampening acts have been put in place. The last solar minimum being December 2019. It's been a mad journey. It's been a mad journey. The next solar minimum will be 2030. I plan to have finished these next 10,000 hours way before that time. I'll probably be at 30,000 hours by that point. And I intend to be. I intend to be. If I go 10 hours a day, that's 3 years. 3 years to reach 10,000 hours. So that will be 2026. So by 2029, I'll be on 30,000. Wow. Wow. It's interesting to look ahead. It's very interesting to look ahead. But be present. Present living is where things happen. It's where we grow. It's where we adapt. It's where we actually act. So attaining the tools of knowledge in the pursuit of alignment, it's all about that. I've got a few comments coming in. Mark, Chungus, is that Chunk? That's a new name for me. Hopefully we're getting some new people rolling in over the next couple months. I will actually be more active on YouTube. These last couple months have been very, very reclusive from social media and from a lot of people. Oh, Arnold. Yes, Arnold. Mr. Riley. Another one of the greats. Yeah, I'll be getting Zoom soon, so I'll be able to do live streams with guests, which I'll be doing on the Circle of Arms side plus this side. Loads of topics to go over: health, spirituality, energy, solar cycles, psychology, growth, as in like growing up, like spiritual growth. So many topics. ESPs. So many topics. Yeah, what we got? 11 minutes 50. No, 11 minutes 10 till the 10,000 hours is complete. What time are we on as well? We are on 4:15. 12 minutes, that'll be 16:26, which will be about time for me to leave for training. So here we are, the last 10 minutes. The last 10 minutes of the 10,000 hours. Where do we go from here? What's the next 10,000 hours? The next 3 years? More of the same, more learning, more growing, more adapting. I've only just started to scratch the surface of myself. Learned a lot. And I've learned that we never stop learning. I love it. I love and appreciate, and I'm so grateful for life, for this experience, for the people around me, for the tools, the knowledge. It's amazing. Mark Young, can't wait. Yeah, man, I'll definitely get you on a few lives, 100%. Arnold says, congratulations, brother. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. You've been there along this journey in the last, this last year. This last year, I've really connected with a lot of great souls, a lot of great souls that have pushed me, whether they know it or not, whether they know it or not, they have pushed me towards this goal, to attain this achievement. And I want to give back. I just want to give back to everyone. I wish I could give back to everyone as well, like literally everyone. If I could, like that, I would. Start with yourself, your friends, your family, and then it goes out, goes out, goes out. Yeah, it's an exciting time. It's an exciting time. What else is there? I've travelled. Arm wrestling club. Kittens. Life. Fitness. In this time, I've went from 160 pounds, 160, 162. And right now, today, I am 184 pounds. So in these 4 years, I've put on 22 pounds, 10 kilos of pretty good size. Pretty good size. I feel like, at least half to 2/3 of that is muscle mass. I'm not as lean as I was, but I'm not far off. Fitness is going well. Writing has been going well. My music has leveled up. I look back at some of my old songs, my old delivery, and I look at some of my new songs, my new delivery. Yeah, attaining the tools and knowledge in the pursuit of alignment. Juggling, cross hemisphere training. That's another one I recommend. I recommend to everyone to do cross hemisphere training. What I mean by this is the two hemispheres in your brain, the left and right side. Most people are dominant on one side, whether it's the left or the right. Find out what that is. Normally, it's like if you're right-handed, your left side dominant. If you're left-handed, your right side dominant. But sometimes it could be the stance you'd fight in, the stance that you'd shoot a bow and arrow, which way around you'd hold your knife and fork. Learn to do it the other way and recognize how your body adapts, how your body changes to that other side of yourself. Learn both sides, adapt both sides, utilize both, integrate both. That's another thing I highly recommend, whether it's juggling, whether it's brushing your teeth with the other hand, whether it's changing your knife and fork round, whether it's anything like that. Anything like that. Use both sides of your body, both sides of your brain. It will help not only physically, but it will help mentally as well. Chunga says, it's funny you're talking about this. I've been brushing my teeth with my left hand. Keep going, man. Keep going. It really does help. Little things like that add up. Cross hemisphere training, small acts of self-integrity, consistency, turning up. It all adds up. It all builds character, lays the foundation in which we can grow upon. Mark Young says, it's all about synchronization, man. 100% agree. That's it. We need to synchronize and align with the results. We need to align our actions with the results that we want and really be honest with ourselves. Are the actions we are committing leading us to where we want to be, where we know we should be? Some of us have goals or dreams or visions, and we know what we need to do to get there. We know what we need to do, but we don't do them. Start with small acts of integrity. I'm gonna take a sip of this coffee. Small acts of integrity. Build it, build it, build it. Quieten your mind. Listen to yourself. Listen to yourself. Know. Just recognize. Appreciate everyone in there. Chunga, some guy was talking about this on a podcast. Well, some guy here is talking about it on a podcast. Yeah, I would definitely get you on a podcast soon for sure. I'll be getting a Zoom account, be doing guest streams, get some people on here. Just get it going. Get it going. We got 4 minutes left. We got 4 minutes left until we've done 10,000 hours. Wow. What else is there to say? What else is there to say? What we talked about then? We've talked about consistency. We've talked about self-integrity. Talked about cross-hemisphere training. Talked about alpha waves. Traveling, arm wrestling, all of that stuff. But it's the tools we can use to get us to where we need to be. I'm going to be starting from 0 again. 0 out of 10,000. Well, tomorrow, end of this will be 10,000, so 0. Going to training tonight, that'll be 2 hours. Whether I do something else tonight that would give me another hour, we'll see. But that'll be 8, 9, 10 hours today. 10-hour day, that's strong. Finish strong. Don't run to the line, run through it. I got taught that when I was 15 in sports, but it resonates through life. Don't run to the line, run through the line. You're not going to the goal, you're going through the goal. So tomorrow I'll be starting on 2 out of 10,000. Wow. Yeah. Grateful doesn't even cut it anymore. I need to learn more words, and I will learn more words. This is another reason why I want to learn so many languages, because I believe that throughout the growth of these languages, we have learned different ways to describe things that we perceive. Different languages have slightly different words for what something might be, how it's described, and it's going to be great to utilize these words, utilize this language to further explain and further unite the perception that we have gathered throughout all of the time we've been here. Truly grateful, truly grateful. Anyone that wants to learn some languages with me, let me know. Currently I'm learning Arabic, Swahili and Swana. Swahili and Swana, I have people helping me. Arabic, Hassan, you might be the guy to help out. But anyone that's interested in learning Arabic, Swahili or Swana, let me know and we'll get a little back and forth going and we'll get it going. Mark says, congrats, bud. I'll see what hour you're on Sunday at COA. Yes, last words, Sunday, COA, Milton Keynes. Come through. All the details on the Circle of Arms Instagram. Mark Young, have you read about languages that don't have a word for color blue? That as a result can't see the color blue. That's the power of language. Interesting. Please do share. Message me, DM me about that. We will definitely chat about that. We got 8 seconds to go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. $10,000 hours. Thank you for joining me. More episodes on the way. More life. More discoveries. Chungus, road to 100,000. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. 10,000 down. 90,000 to go. Let's get it. Let's get it. Right. I got to be off for training. Appreciate everyone for coming in. Leave a like, subscribe if you're not already. Comment, all that stuff. Leave some comments down below, like in the actual comment of the video, not in the live stream. That will go at some point. Leave a comment in the actual video. What other topics do you want to see? What do you want to hear? Anything you want to know? I'm willing to share absolutely anything if I believe it will help someone. And here's to the next 10,000. Wow. 10,000 hours. 10,000 hours. All right. Appreciate everyone. And enjoy the rest of your day. And here we go. Twiggy, you got it. Yes. We got it. Chungus, take care, lads. Have a good session, Dubs. Let's get it. Tuesday session, Circle of Arms. If anyone's interested in arm wrestling, we train Tuesday, Friday, 5 to 8 p.m. Sunday, 2 to 5 p.m. That's RG301BS, 92B Audley Street. Message me on coa.dubs or the Circle of Arms Instagram. Bam, bam, bam. Ah, life. Life is great. Right. Bless everyone. And I'll catch you in the next one.